for Late Night New England with your host, Michael J. Pettit, broadcasting live from an abandoned warehouse with insufficient lighting. Here's Michael.
Hi there. Welcome to the Late Night program. I'm your host, Michael Pettit. We hope you are well. How are you doing? How is everyone doing at home? Are you doing jumping jacks in the basement? Getting a little stir crazy? Are you thinking about pizza? Well, here at Late Night, we want to serve it warm and fresh and deliver it right to you. Tonight's program, we are so proud to have from the JGeils band, the original bass player, Mr. Danny Klein. Danny Klein is here. Wooba gooba, that's right, it's going to be a house party. We love JGeils. And of course, we have a wonderful entertainer, Frank Santos Jr. is here. He is a hypnotist, and he will catch us up to speed on all of his magic. And we love our Patriots. We have the biggest fan of all, the Silver Bullet. The Silver Bullet is in the house, and a good friend of ours, very creative designer, Timmy Boom Boom Sauce. Big on the Instagram, all over social media, sharing some of his fun with his great designs that we all like to click. I'm a little out of my mind. We're all out of our mind, and we'll be back in just a moment on Late Night New England. It's Wicked Good TV. It's all about you. Welcome back to the Late Night program. I'm your host, Michael Pettit. You know, growing up here in New England, one of the greatest bands growing up was the JGeils band. We are so privileged to welcome to the Late Night program the original bass player from the JGeils band. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Late Night program, Mr. Daniel Klein. Danny, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good.
I was not able to see you prior to our test run, and you did not disappoint. I love the outfit. I love the jacket, Daniel.
Thank you very much. So something I threw together.
It's something you just kind of threw together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, when you think about JGeils, you just think about fun. You think about fun. You think about energy. And it's really a timeless music that you gentlemen played. Now, you're originally from New Jersey, correct?
That's right.
You're from New Jersey. How did you make your way up to New England?
I got accepted to Worcester Polytech, and I came up there to go to engineering school. I met Jay and Dick. We were fooling around with folk stuff. We started a jug band, which was a hoot. And then they changed to electric guitar. And I asked him, I said, what should I play? Drums, bass? He said, play bass. It's much easier. And he was right. And then little by little, we all quit. I mean, if you're going to be an engineer, when do you get to train? When do you get the hat and the whistle and everything? So my junior year, I went to a field trip to a munitions plant and a fertilizer factory. And then I saw Muddy Waters that night at the village, somewhere in the village. And I went back to school and I quit. I said no. So about 66, 67, we moved to Boston. And there was a band called the Hallucinations that consisted of Peter Wolfe and other guys. And did a lot of coffee houses and things back then. And our paths crossed. And because we had, it was me and Jay and Dick and about 3,000 drummers. So we needed a drummer. And Stephen and Wolfe had just broken up, and we got together with them, and about a year later with Seth, and there you go.
So let me ask you, when did you first meet Peter Wolfe?
I think it was in a coffee house on Charles Street. I can't remember the name of it. I just remember the guy saying,
I don't expect you to remember the exact place, but
I do. The guy kept saying, don't put out the candles. Don't put out the candles. So now, everybody jammed. There was a hootenanny or whatever they called it then. And Dick played harp, and then Wolfe came up and played harp, and we started talking. And it wasn't, from there, it grew.
it just grew into a incredible collaboration. The JGeils band, there was no bigger band in the 80s with Love Stinks and It's Nothing But a House Party. I have to ask you, sir, it's all about the branding, and you obviously have built a brand. When you go on stage, and we'll get into you in the Danny Klein Full House Band, you always dress the part, sir.
Well, when I grew up and listened to radio and heard the Motown stuff and the Atlantic stuff and Otis and all that, and B.B. King, and when you go to see them, you'd see them dressed up in the same outfits and doing their moves. So to me, I like to dress up anyway. To me, that's what a band should look like, as opposed to Grateful Dead.
Sure. Well, it's all about putting on. It's all about putting on a show and a performance for the fans. And obviously, you've lived the life of a rock star, and you continue to play all over New England. Tell us about the Danny Klein Full House Band.
Well, we play. Actually, it started when I did a few charity gigs with James Montgomery.
Sure.
And we played some blues, and then we included a Kyle's tune or two, and then somebody said, well, why don't we get a band? So we did, and we had growing pains. I had to fire some toxic people and everything, but these people in the band are all fans, which is amazing, and they're great.
So
and we play mostly JGeils stuff.
Of course you do.
I have never quit.
Give the fans what they want, right, Daniel?
I hope so.
Absolutely.
It's music for the groin, not the brain.
I must have got lost. Must have got lost. I must have got lost somewhere down the line. I must have got lost. I must have got lost. Give it when I change your mind. I don't know why I let you leave it. Honey, I don't know. You love her, but she loves him. And he loves somebody else you just can't win. So it goes till the day you die. This thing they call love is gonna make you cry. I've had the blues, the reds and the pinks. One thing for sure is, come on! Love stinks. Love stinks. That's what I heard. Yeah, yeah. To see her in that negligee was really just too much. My blood runs cold. It's just been so incredible. My blood runs cold. Oh, my memory has just been so. My angel is a symbol. Na 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 na
Music for the groin, not the brain?
That's correct.
Now, Daniel, how do people find out booking the Danny Klein Full House Band? What's the website?
Well, most of the stuff we do is on Facebook under DannyKleinsFullHouse.com. And that's where the most recent stuff is. Of course, I don't worry, because we always had 10 people at the show. So I don't worry about COVID. We're going to get our audience. We're going to get our 3 or 4 people regardless.
3 or 4?
Well, if it's a good night and they got masks on.
You know, that's 2 more than we have watching this program right now.
That's good. I feel right at home.
Always a pleasure, Daniel. I met you before up at the House of Blues in Boston, and you were such a gentleman to me. I was introduced to you, and what I really appreciate is that you took the time to talk with me, and you knew that I was kind of working in the entertainment industry, you know, doing this little bottom feeding show, but I was working in the entertainment industry as a comedian, and you were very kind to me, and I always appreciate that.
We all started as bottom feeders.
I'm still here.
That's all. Well, so am I. Clawing, scratching my way to the middle.
Thank you very much, Mr. Klein. Keep on rocking.
You're most welcome.
You say party, we say yes. More Late Night New England coming up.
You know, we are all about entertainment here at Late Night New England. We find the funny, we find the LOL. With us now is someone who's just so funny, always brings the LOL. Please welcome Mr. Frank Santos Jr. How are we doing, Frank?
Doing well. How are you?
You look good, my friend. You know, I've known you for many years. I used to, was privileged to open up for your dad. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Santos is kind of an institution here in New England. His dad would put these shows on. Some nights there'd be 2 or 3 shows, a 6, an 8, and a 10 o'clock. You just couldn't fill, you know, you couldn't get into these venues. People would go and get hypnotized, or their friends would sit and watch, and they would just pee their pants. And that's comedy gold. And Frank, you're doing exactly what your dad did. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I mean, it could be better right now, but hey, I'm alive and still trying to make people laugh.
You still make people laugh. We are all trying to find the funny. What was it like growing up, you know, as a child? Because when I was a child, on the other end, when I heard my parents were going, I still remember my dad got hypnotized by your dad, and my mom just told me the next day at breakfast, she says, Michael, I couldn't laugh any harder, and I didn't really understand what was going on. It was this whole hypnotist act. What was it like for you growing up in that type of environment?
It was always a blast. I went to a lot of his shows when I was younger, meaning I went to the show and stayed in the hotel room with one of my mother or my stepmother at the time, or a friend, and I did a show. But when I got older, I got to go see all the shows, and it was fantastic. It was amazing.
It's like you were sneaking in the back room, but you had a VIP pass hanging out with your dad. How cool is that, where your dad is like the star of the show and you're hanging out, just sponging, taking it all in?
It was back in the day. He worked at the Comedy Connection in Boston.
Sure.
I used to walk him down the aisle to get him to the show, and I felt like a superstar because everyone's like, "Oh, there's Frank Santos. There's Frank Santos." Yeah, it was great. It was definitely great.
And now you get to experience that and continue with the tradition.
Your right shoe is a cell phone /shoe. You're gonna try to sell your shoe to the whole audience. Where's the phone?
As a matter of fact, it's right here.
It's your phone?
Yes!
What's the deal now again?
Deal is $9.99, unlimited everything.
With this?
Yes, with this phone.
Shoe phone.
Try it out.
It's a shoe and a phone.
It's a shoe phone, so you don't have to worry about bulges in your pocket or anything like that because you're wearing it. Do you get it?
It's awesome.
Yes, I know.
I have one request. I'm pretty easygoing. Could you hypnotize Rona?
Oh, sure.
Put her to bed. and who am I to say it's a she? The smoking thing, that's amazing. You can hypnotize somebody. They can quit smoking with, obviously, we want people to make healthy choices. You can also help people with weight loss.
Yes.
Can you remove a speeding ticket?
If I have the right police officer.
What's the craziest request you've ever gotten from somebody? You know, a business phone call.
I actually was supposed to fly out to Vegas to do a big show for a veterinarian's clinic. Actually, like the whole country was going. And they wanted me to hypnotize the people to like sit and squat and rub their butts along the rug and lick themselves. That's stuff they wanted me to do during the show. I'm like, that's a little, I don't know if that'd be hilarious, but yeah, that was a weird request.
Well, you know, what they always say, what they sniff in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes, so that would take it.
I don't know why I just had to ask that. What's the craziest thing? I'm sure you've had many of them over the years. But Frank Santos Jr., I know we spoke this week, and it was just one thing I really appreciate is your optimism. We are all going to get through this, and we will get back to some normalcy, providing entertainment, making people laugh, providing escapism for people. That's what we do. How do people find out about you, Frank?
Well, my website, real simple, my name, franksantos.com. If you want to go to Facebook or Instagram, it's all Frank Santos Jr. Pretty easy.
Absolutely, all the information is right there. He's a dog lover. I understand that you're actually working to keep yourself busy right now. You work on a farm.
My uncle owns a farm, yes. So I get to feed cows, I get to bale hay, drive tractors, you name it. I've been doing it. It's fun, actually.
Now, it's funny you talk about cows and ventriloquists. I actually got to witness years ago when I was traveling doing comedy in Indiana, South Bend, Indiana. I actually saw cow tipping.
Really? Yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing.
It is. It is a thing, and I was just taken back that people are so passionate about their cow tipping. But it's Frank Santos Jr. He is just hypnotizing people. He is staying positive. He's sitting in his rocket chair right now with his family, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're all inside waiting for me.
They're
going to be carving tonight.
I'm sorry?
We're carving pumpkins tonight, actually.
We're carving pumpkins tonight. Well, you be safe out there, my friend, when you carve pumpkins. Frank, we appreciate you, my friend. Check him out, ladies and gentlemen. It's Frank Santos Jr. More Late Night New England coming up.
Hey, you, wearing a mask. We see you smiling with your eyes, but you're cursing with your lips. More Late Night New England coming up.
You're just like me. You're a huge Patriots fan, and we just love people that are always doing great things on the internet. Welcome to the Late Night program from Rhode Island, Mr. Tim Borden. Hi, Tim. How are you?
Good, you?
Hey, we are doing well. We appreciate your time tonight. Tim, I've been a big fan of yours for a long time. I love what you're doing on Instagram. Tell everyone about how you got into Instagram and doing these hysterical graphics that just are so much fun. I enjoy them. It makes me laugh all the time.
Oh, I just play around at night watching TV and just became like a hobby.
Sure, it became a hobby. And by day, you are actually a union carpenter.
That's it.
So when you're in your downtime, family time, you're sitting around and you're watching the GOAT win 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You had some downtime on your phone. I mean, Tim, your stuff is just so funny. It's very involved. There's different layers. You're self-taught?
That's it. I'm a carpenter, and this stuff is just whatever. Just play around and pretty much learn how to do it myself, and just like a little hobby. That's about it.
Tim, your last name is Borden, but you're known as Timmy Boom Sauce.
Yeah. You know who gave me that name?
Who gave you that name?
Fitzy.
Fitzy. Fitzy gave you the name Timmy Boom Sauce because you always bring the boom.
Yeah.
Always bringing the boom, baby. Bringing the boom.
Back, he was on the radio, so I used to call in, and it was always had to do with Boom Sauce, so he ended up naming me Boom Sauce.
If it sticks, go with it. Now, this is a great image right here. This is Belichick and his lovely girlfriend, Linda. Obviously, as I said, you always have your finger on the pulse of what's going on in pop culture. And here is the Ring King, right?
Oh, the Trophy King.
The Trophy King, the Ring King. You know,
that was during when the Tiger King was out. That's when I thought about doing that, you know.
Well, hey, cool cats and kittens. We just got 6 Super Bowl championships.
Yeah.
I wonder what Bill would say if he saw something like this.
Oh, I'd love to be the fly on the wall. I wish.
Bill would say, yeah, I don't know about this Insta chat or face or face.
Yeah, Insta face.
What is it?
Insta face. Yeah.
He called it Insta face.
Yeah.
Hey Tim, it's always fun. I mean, yeah, there's another one right now. There's Belichick playing the piano. You know, when you think of party time, we always think of Belichick, but he actually has it's a very dry sense of humor, but he actually is pretty funny.
He is.
He is. We're never going to see it. Tim, appreciate your time. How do people find out about you, Timmy Boom Sauce? Get on the Insta, follow you, and enjoy all of your wit.
Timmy Boom Sauce on Instagram. That's about it.
Timmy Boom Sauce on Insta. Now, is this kind of do your kids refer to you as Timmy Boom Sauce, Daddy Boom Sauce?
No.
They say, Daddy,
No.
can I borrow $20?
Yeah, basically that's about it.
Daddy, can I use
They go right to mom.
They go right to mom, and mom knows where to get all of the boom. Timmy Boom Sauce, Mr. Tim Borden. Go Patriots. We appreciate you, my friend. It's more Late Night New England. Bringing the boom, boom, boom. It's Wicked Good TV.
Served warm and fresh and knocking at your front door. It's Late Night New England.
Hey, we're all trying to stay healthy and make the healthy choices. And with me now is Alex Bailey. Alex Bailey?
Hey, what's going on, Mike?
Alex is practicing all of the procedures for keeping everyone safe during the pandemic. But Alex, you are a personal trainer, and you have people that are working out right now. I can see a gentleman in the back. He is working out, staying fit. We appreciate what you do. Congratulations, Alex. How is everything going?
Thank you. It's great to be open. I was worried a little bit at first, reopening, following all the guidelines, but we have everything to a T. We have plenty of sanitizer. We're wearing masks, as you can see. We're practicing social distance, and the equipment's being cleaned instantly after everybody finishes their sets and reps. And we're still able to get good workouts in. We're engaging all the muscle groups. We're getting the heart rate up, burning fat, burning calories. Everyone's in great shape, and they're super happy to be back to it, and it feels great to be back to some sense of normal with these routines.
We love what you are doing. You are making a difference and staying positive. I am a friend of yours. I see you at the gym where we work out, and it's always good. You have advice for people. You take people's minds, and you get them focused on living a healthy lifestyle.
100%.
How can people find out about you, Alex?
So you can find me on Facebook, and you just search Fusion Fitness and Training. And I'm also on Instagram at Fusion_2019.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Alex Bailey at Fusion Fitness. We absolutely appreciate you. We know you have clients that rely on you. We appreciate you, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
That's Alex Bailey, keeping people safe during the pandemic. Health is so important. More Late Night New England coming up. We have that guy that you see at Gillette Stadium. He's all painted up. It's the Silver Bullet coming up here on Late Night New England.
For next to nothing, you can be a good person and then share in the profits. Ka-ching. More Late Night New England coming up.
A loyal fan base, the face of the Patriots. You've seen him for years, getting the crowd up on their feet. Please welcome to the Late Night program, once again, our good friend, the Silver Bullet. Good evening, sir.
Hey, how are you, Mike?
Sir, nice to see you again. We all want to know, how is the Silver Bullet doing right now during a time that the fans are not allowed to go to Gillette Stadium?
I think at first I didn't take it too well. You get a little depressed and anxiety. So my one way of dealing with it was I actually went to Kansas City so that I wouldn't miss all of the games, because obviously I didn't get to do my normal practice sessions in July and then the preseason in August. So you feel kind of left out, knowing that the team's still going on without you. And in some ways, I almost kind of feel like me not being there, might be some of their issues why they're not doing as well as they could or hopefully will in the next few weeks.
Well, you traveled to Kansas City, and they played the Chiefs really tough, Bullet. And, we've chatted a bunch. You're a loyal Patriots fan, and before ever meeting you, I'd be in my man cave with my buddies, and we see this character, this larger-than-life personality at the games. We have been so privileged and so spoiled to see 20-year run. Brady is now in Tampa. He's obviously doing well. He's the GOAT. What are your thoughts on Brady going to Tampa Bay?
I'll miss him, obviously, and Gronk, but I wish them well. And I don't think that being a Patriot fan, or for that matter, a Patriot, is just any one person. So I think that we will find our niche and make it work, and whether it be with Cam or Stidham or Hoyer, whoever it is, you just have to find the missing pieces of the puzzle and you make it work. Because honestly, I've been a fan since I was 6 years old. I went to my very first practice and game when I was 6 years old. So I've been a fan all this time, through the bad, and there were many bad years. Obviously, I actually went to the season where we only won 1 out of 15, and in fact, that one game was away in Indianapolis, so I didn't even get to see a win, that one season. So, we've had our dry spells, and we've had, our wealthy time, and you know what? Sometimes you just got to buckle up, and it could be a bumpy ride, but the fact is we still have Mr. Kraft as our owner and Bill Belichick as our head coach. So anything goes, and I don't think that it was any one person attributed to it. I mean, Tom and Gronk were great, to have them, and they were a big part of us, winning the 6 Lombardis. But it's a team effort, and it's the Patriot family, everyone together to make it work again. So that's my hopes and wishes that someday, it could be this year. You never know. If everything goes right and people click and we stay healthy and God willing that this coronavirus gets completely under control and we can have a normal life again.
Absolutely, and I admire your dedication to the team, and I know it obviously was a challenging time for you. You actually said you were going to go down to Miami.
Well, that's the plan right now. Of course, I'm still holding on. I paid for my season tickets, and I didn't ask for a refund, which they did allow. If you wanted a refund, you could have them. But I said, you know what, I'm holding on, and if I get to go to one game or, the second half of the year, then that's great. If not, then I'll make the best do of what I can. And if the next game I get to go to happens to be in Miami in December, then so be it. And of course, I'll follow all the rules and regulations that I did in Kansas City, including getting tested as soon as I got back.
Sure. So, well, the silver bullet, following all the rules and regulations, is being a true patriot. We had your friend Timmy Boomsauce on earlier tonight on the program, and I know that you guys have really kind of teamed up and are representing the fan base for the Patriots.
Well, that's true. We just end up with an extended family. There's just so many parts of the piece of the puzzle. In fact, when I went to Kansas City, the president of the National Fan Club, Justin Zolot, he was there to represent as well. So you just, it's kind of funny where you find your connections and how they, roll forward with you, which is, it's kind of great meeting people from around the world I've done, over the past, 2 decades. Is just, who knew that there was a fan base in England or in Australia? But let me tell you something, there is. And I was even surprised because at Super Bowl 51, one of my friends on Facebook had actually asked me for my address to send me something. And when I got it, lo and behold, I was on the front page of the Argentinian national newspaper for being at Super Bowl 51. So you just never know, where you're going to meet people from. And that's actually why I like to travel to games, so I can meet people that don't have, the opportunity to come here, to New England to actually see a game. And that's another thing I'm missing out on besides the home games. I go to 4 away games every single year.
Sure.
And I visit with all the fan clubs. And, of course, when I go to Miami, there's actually a fan club in Miami, in Fort Lauderdale, that is phenomenal. It's amazing to think that there are these fan clubs, scattered throughout, the world, but especially in the United States, right around, these opposing fan bases.
Sure. And when you go to Miami, you will be representing, and obviously there's a lot of people who have moved and gone to Florida and have made residence, but there is a huge Patriots fan base in Florida as well.
Oh, absolutely. I've been down there 6 times. And you get a lot of those people that they migrate because, they're done with the winters in New England. In fact, one of my really good friends, his parents actually live in Tampa.
Sure.
So just outside of Tampa, rather. And it's just amazing to find out, I get it. Maybe, you have problems with the cold, or you have problems, with your allergies, but hey, if they can still get a chance to represent and be Patriots fans in an opposing state, then so be it. In fact, I have a really good friend in Texas, actually in Houston, and he's one of the biggest Patriots fans you could meet. And he comes up here at least once a year for a game. And I was fortunate in the past, 3 years that I've been down there twice. Once for Super Bowl, of course, Super Bowl 51, and then again last year for a game in Houston. And he was right there with me.
Sure. That's what it's all about, is extended family, being fans. Silver Bullet, how can people follow you on the Instagram and the Facebook?
On Instagram, I'm Patriots_Silver Bullet. And on Facebook, I'm just Silver Bullet, or my own name, which is Keith Birchall. Either way, you're going to get all the content, and you'll get to see what the Silver Bullet's up to on a regular basis, including, whether it's just hitting the pro shop, which I did last week, to get my salute to service. But all I can say is, be strong, Patriot family, because there will be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Amen. We appreciate you, Silver Bullet. Go Patriots.
Let's go!
We see you at home. You're smiling and wearing oven mitts. More Late Night New England coming up.
It's time to surf the net. Put the phone down. Couples, relationships, kids, parents, everybody is glued to their phone. You don't want to stand in court and say, Your Honor. He never listened to me. Bacon. Bacon. Everybody loves bacon. You smell bacon. You know what bacon is. It is that distinct scent, that flavor. You know what it is. Less bacon, more lettuce. Balance is key. Do you dip? I'm a dipper. That is a yummy homemade peanut butter cookie. I still dip. Traditions are true. Traditions are what it's all about. Still dip your cookie. Cookies are your friend. I love the Beatles. I always loved the Beatles. But you got to say this much. In this picture, I want to hold your ham. Just let it be. I want to hold your ham. We surf the net here on Late Night New England. Would you like to be surfed with us? Would you like to go surfing? Then send us an email at info@Late Night New England.
It's Late Night New England, and we're available for curbside pickup.
That's a wrap on Late Night New England. Special thanks to Timmy Boomsauce, Danny Klein from the JGeils Band, Alex Bailey from Fusion Fitness, of course, the Silver Bullet, and all of you at home. It is the Late Night program. We appreciate your time. We hope this message continues to find you well. I'm Michael Pettit. Please join us once again on Late Night New England. Wicked Good TV. And
It's music for the groin, not the brain.
could you hypnotize Rona?
Oh, sure.
Timmy Boomsauce.
Yeah.
We love what you are doing.
Let's go!